In this video, I will teach you a little bit about Savasana, which is also known as corpse pose. Savasana is very important to your practice for a number of reasons, and in fact, it's one of the most important poses in yoga. There are a lot of reasons for this, one of which is because as you rest your body, you're incorporating all of the work that you've done throughout your yoga practice. So during any class, maybe it be a tension and release class or a restorative class, you're allowing your body to rest fully and calibrate all of the new energies that you've released and brought in. So all the wonderful changes are happening while you're in Savasana. Another reason that Savasana is so important is because we want to bring ourselves into that rest, relax, and repair stage. So we're also healing multiple parts of the body and calibrating and bringing the mind, the body, and the spirit together. It's a wonderful pose that you can do anytime. So I will show you some tips and how I prefer Savasana. Tips meaning some ways that might make it more comfortable for you. So Savasana is basically you lay down on the floor. It's really quite simple. I like to lay down on the ground like this and cover myself up with a blanket. That's how I prefer to do it, and use my eye mask as well. Sometimes while I'm teaching this course, you might not see me use an eye mask because I don't want to put myself in such a relaxed state because I am teaching on camera. So as you see, I'm just allowing my feet to fall away from each other. My hands are resting on my stomach. Another place I love to put my hands is down to the side because we have these chakras in the palms of the hands, and it opens ourselves up even more to receiving this energy, this new energy, and it also allows the heart center to fall open a little bit more. So you can play around with that and see what you like more and where you like to rest your hands here. You may also like them directly down by your sides. And some ways that this may be more comfortable for you is, like I said, I like to cover myself up with a blanket, but you can roll up a blanket and place it under the knees. You may also roll up a blanket and place it under the small of the back if you need additional support in the back. And you can also use a regular pillow, or I like to use a block as a pillow sometimes as well. So as you see in this pose, I'm more supported in my Savasana. I actually have additional options as resting my elbows on the blanket or next to the side body here so they're elevated. Whatever is most comfortable for you. Exhaling. Having this blanket underneath my spine here allows my heart center to open even further and bring some energy movement in the back. And you may also want to use just a regular pillow that you have around the house, or you may want to use your bolster. So if you have a bolster, it's essentially a longer, dense pillow. So that can be something that you can incorporate as well. So while you're in Savasana, your main goal is to rest and relax and bring your breath into your awareness. You want to begin to train your mind by allowing your awareness to come back to the body and back to the breath. If you can observe your mind a little bit, you might see that it travels out all over the place sometimes, and we just want to bring that back. That's perfectly normal, but working in Savasana and other meditations as well, we can begin to train the mind. So all of these things that we maybe don't want to think about sometimes, we are training the mind in Savasana by just bringing it back to the breath, bringing it back to the body, bringing it back into the present moment, and not really allowing it to travel off into all of these places. It's not a bad thing that it does that. In fact, it can be very helpful in our everyday life, but we want to be able to have control over when it does that. So in Savasana, that gives us a huge opportunity to begin to train the brain. And of course, like I said, to rest, restore, and heal, and to calibrate all of the work that you do in your yoga practice. So you'll want to do that as much as you can after your personal practices as well, so that you can begin to bring it into your practice. And again, it is a practice. So a little personal story, when I first started Savasana, it was very relaxing for me. It took a long time for me to train my brain for myself not to zone off, I guess I should say. But once I got it, and the little practices that I did every other day were really helpful for me. I also have had students who first tried Shavasana and couldn't really quite sit there for more than a couple seconds, and it took quite a while, but those students are now actually very good at it. They can sit through an entire Shavasana session and actually wonder why it goes so fast and be a little sad that it's already over, because it is such a blissful experience. So you will begin to learn to love it as you go. And as you do, that means that you're learning to be more with yourself, more present with yourself, and that you are beginning to train your mind and really incorporate all these lovely benefits of yoga. So now we will continue on with your very first restorative class.